Hello friends, welcome to our YouTube channel General Studies Buzz. Today we are going to start a new series on Economic Survey 2017 and 18. This series will be covering all the important questions regarding this economic survey. So let's start with the first part. This will be covering the top 10 questions. So let's begin. Question 1. The economic survey argues about shift from crony socialism to stigmatized capitalism in what context? A. Exit problem or the Chakravyuh challenge. B. Willful defaulters. C. Growing non-performing assets. And D. Lagarde PSUs. The correct answer is the growing non-performing assets. This phrase, crony socialism to stigmatized capitalism, has been coined by our Chief Economic Advisor, Mr. Arvind Subramaniam, in his latest speech, in which he refers to the same. Question number 2. According to Economic Survey, which of the following reasons can be attributed to pendency and delay of economic cases of contract enforcement? Number 1. Burden from expansion of discretionary jurisdiction of high courts. Number 2. Expansion of special leave petition jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. And number 3. The records of injunctions and stays. Now the options are number A, 1 and 2, B, 1, 2 and 3, C, 1 and 3 only, D, 2 and 3 only. Now the correct answer is all of the three statements are correct. Now in case of high courts, there has been expansion of the discretionary jurisdiction of the same. In case of Supreme Court also, the special leave petition jurisdiction has been expanding and there has been increasing recourse to the injunctions and stays. Question 3. According to the Economic Survey, which of the following is correct regarding R&D expenditure of India? Number 1. Public expenditure on research as a percentage of GDP has increased steadily for the past 2 decades. Number 2. Private expenditure in research is greater than the government expenditure. Now the correct answer is D, that is neither of these two statements are correct. As we know that public expenditure on research has been increasing, though in gross terms, but if you talk in terms of percentage, this has been stagnant at 0.6 to 0.7% of the GDP, and private sector expenditure in research is definitely not more than the government expenditure. Here we can see that one more fact that I would like to add on, that government is not just the primary source of R&D funding, but also it is the primary user of these funds. Question 4. According to the Economic Survey, which of the following is considered as good growth of the Indian economy? A. The growth involving desirable structural transformation. B. The growth in sectors like hotels, restaurant, transport, etc. C. The growth in agricultural sector. D. The growth in sunrise sector. Now the correct answer is the growth involving desirable structural transformation, that is A. Here I would like to inform you that there is one more term, that is less good growth, which refers to the growth in sectors like hotels, restaurant, transport, etc. You can refer to the explanation. Question 5. Which of the following are the implications of thwarted structural transformation as mentioned in the Economic Survey? Number 1. Premature deindustrialization of the Indian economy. Number 2. Negative share of good growth over a period of time. A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. Both 1 and 2. D. Neither 1 nor 2. Here both the above statements are correct, that is option C is correct. In many cases, there has been thwarted structural transformation. Now, this phrase refers to the shift from informal / low productivity sectors to the ones that are marginally less informal and more productive. This is why premature deindustrialization, the tendency of manufacturing in late converges to peak at lower levels of activity and earlier in the development process, is definitely a cause of concern for us. And I'd like to add one more fact, that there has been a negative share of good growth over time. Question 6. Which of the following is correct regarding gravity model of trade? Number 1. If there is convergence in global goods, trade will also increase. Number 2. Trade between two trading partners is inversely proportional to the distance between them. Number 3. Equal size economies trade more as compared to the one that is large and the one small economy. A. 1 and 2. B. 1, 2 and 3. C. 1 and 3. D. 2 and 3 only. Here the correct answer is B, that is all the three statements are correct. now we would like to explain the gravity model of trade. It says that if there is convergence, there would also be increased trade. Now, two equal size economies will definitely experience higher trade as compared to a scenario where one big country and one small economy are involved in trading. Now, due to convergence of the world is increasingly becoming equal, which means definitely higher trade in the near future. Question 7. Which of the following best describes learning poverty gap? A. It measures the number of children who do not meet the basic learning benchmark. B. It takes into account how far a student is from the benchmark. C. Both above statements A and B. And D. None of the above. The correct answer is B, which refers to the student's current performance and the benchmark. Here I would like to introduce one more term which has been mentioned in the economic survey of these years, that is learning poverty count, which measures the number of children who do not meet the basic learning benchmark. Question 8. As per the economic survey, the share of agriculture and allied activities as a percentage of GVA has declined in the last 5 years. The growth rate of agriculture and allied services has been declining over the years. A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. Both 1 and 2. D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is A, that is only statement 1 is correct. India is witnessing a general decline in share of agriculture in terms of GVA. Now the rate of agricultural and allied activities growth has been fluctuating in the recent years because of two important reasons, that is 50% of the India's agriculture is rainfall dependent and private investment has indeed declined in agriculture. Question 9. Consider the following statement with respect to economic survey. Assertion: the share of ICT in total service export for India has increased over the decade. Reason: growing protectionism in some countries and increasing competition can be attributed to this. A is correct and R is an appropriate explanation of A. B. A is correct but R is not an appropriate explanation of A. C. A is incorrect but R is correct. And D. Both assertion and reasoning are incorrect. The correct answer is C, that is the assertion is incorrect but the reasoning given is correct. Now the share of ICT in total service export of India has definitely not been increasing in the recent decade, but rather it has marginally declined during the decade, that is 2006 to 2016, which has been mentioned in the economic survey. Question 10. The decoupling of Indian economy from the growth process was a result of A. Demonetization and GST. B. Rise in interest rates. C. Appreciation of exchange rates and oil prices. D. All of the above. Here the correct answer is D, that is all of the above statements have been responsible for the decoupling of Indian economy from the growth process. Now I would like to add one more fact which has been responsible for the decoupling of Indian economy, that is the sharp fall in certain food prices that have been impacting agricultural incomes. Thank you friends. This is it. If you like this video, just do let me know in the comment section, which will inspire us to make more such informative and helpful videos for you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.